a very blessed day, everyone. Greetings to you in the name of the Father, the Creator, the Most High, Allah, Yah, Yod-Heh-Vahu-Het, Elohim, Neta, God in our modern day name, and in the name of the Lord Thoth, Melchizedek, Yehovah. This is Neophyte DAG bringing you another message. The passing away of the Gentiles, Esau, Amorites, Ahab, I tell you, Caucasian people in America, Egypt, earth, eagles, Babylon, Assyria, Nineveh, Asia, all names for America, rule over the children of Israel, rule over the children of Jacob, rule over the children of Judah, rule over Ephraim, and the rule over this planet has passed away. This message is coming directly from Genesis 1, verse 28 and 29, your 5 divine laws, which are also called the manifest destiny of the people of the Most High, the children of Israel. On any land that you occupy, these 5 things must be operating at all times, so no one can subdue you on your land. In the name of the Father and of the Lord Thoth, you were given these manifest destiny for you to carry out on any land that you're on. This is where you started from. Adam stage, when Adam, the spiritual man, was created, and Adam, the dust man, was joined with the spiritual man. This is the instruction that was given to Adam. These 5 divine laws. First, the Most High and the Lord put him on the land and blessed him and said, "Blessed be thou, Adam. Go forth and be fruitful on the land. Till that land, work that land, and I shall make sure you have seed planting time, harvesting time, all the time. It never will cease. Just keep being who you are, a spiritual being. Multiply the spiritual beings around you. Make sure they're more righteous and more righteous, being built in your nation, which is your social. Your social. Bring together people of like-mindedness and subdue all the others that are around you that are not of the righteous seed. Subdue them all. I've given you the land, the country, the nation, and the planet to be the caretaker of. But in order to do this, in order to do this, you must comply with what I'm telling you to sustain you and to nourish you all the days of your eternity. Because if you stay with this instruction, you shall not age, you shall not get old, you shall not wither, you shall not have disease, you shall not have evil be cast upon you. You should not have demons being made powerful over you. No, none of these things can reach you. If you stick to the food plan that I gave you, that is compatible with you as man, with you as a person, to be dominant over all beings on that planet. If you want to subdue all, as your political, your right hand has told you, you have to comply with Genesis 1 verse 29. I've given you every green herbs. I've given you every herb bearing seed, green herbs, and I've given you every tree that's a fruit tree that bears a seed, so you can replant it. That shall be your nourishment. That's the only thing you need to nourish you. So you knew this when your father put you on the planet, and you knew this going from generation to generation. But in the last days, someone will pop up more wickeder than any wicked that you have ever come across. And he shall change all the laws, corrupt them, and make it of his own, and make them of himself, and do everything wicked to make sure the original people of the Adamic seed are kept, suppressed, despised, and trodden upon until the Most High and the Lord return to claim back his people. No more shall these 5 divine laws work as given unto you in Ezekiel 30 verse 8. Thoth I am the Lord, Though I am the Lord, even though they change it to that, the same persons that are being uprooted now and shall pass away. The Gentiles can change his name as much as they want, but the Spirit of truth is going to come back and tell us, though I am the Lord, when I have set fire to Egypt, which is America, when all her helpers, the foundation that she had set up, on the land of America, which is the promised land, which is the Garden of Eden, all of that has to be uprooted so the spiritual kingdom, which is Mount Zion, can be made in America. So all these 5 of my 5 divine laws, which they twisted and created their own evil version, based on the plan of Lucifer and the fallen angels. This is what they have set upon the land, my people. This all 5 is going to be destroyed during the judgment time. That's why you see all of what you see going on in the land of America. Your law number 1, God bless man. They set up their law with Lucifer. Organized religion, the 2 main ones, in Egypt, America right now are the Roman Catholics and the LDS, the Latter-day Saints, that was overrun by the Gentiles or Caucasian and push out the followers of Joseph Smith, a person of color of the tribe of Ephraim. They're all dark-skinned people. Not Caucasians, what you're seeing now, but the second one. The second one, he says, be fruitful, take the land, because everything economic comes from the earth. Use that land, till the land, plant your seed, reap the benefit of what you have planted, and use it for good, righteous things. They set up big corporation, big financial corporation, big companies that are running the government in the background based on money. They can buy out everything and everyone. They want to follow their way. The third one, social structure and miseducation. Everything you're getting now, my people, in your social structure is set up to make sure the seed of Adam, Israel, Jacob, Judah, Ephraim in America is kept at the bottom. Everything else set up around education is set up the same way to miseducate. Everyone has to who they are, who the true people of the Most High are, and who will be the people that will be inheriting this new land of America, aka New Jerusalem. USA is in the word. Fourth one, political. Your fourth one, which is subdue. They came up with their own, which is their political. That's completely unjust. Unjust laws, unjust politicians. Everyone making sure the children of Israel can never rise to any political power, can never rise to form their own nation, their own social of people, can never rise to make sure they get fair laws, make sure they get fair laws that will not keep them at the bottom. But they have set that up, and behind that, they have the shadow government, the military-industrial complex working in the background. All of that will be torn down by the Most High and the Lord. And your fifth one, which is the most important of your law, they'll make sure this one stay in place as long as they can make it stay in place. But the Most High said, I'm going to send starvation upon America. So how can they give you processed food? How can they give you pharmaceutical when there is no food? When there is no food, because he promises starvation, every crop shall fail. So everything that's growing, that's unnatural, that's filled with GMO, set up to poison my people, that has to go. I'm going to tear that down. All of what they're doing with these five, my people, are based on terra nullius. You might not have heard of it, but I'll introduce you to it and go do some more research on it. Terra nullius is a Roman Latin law which says if no one is occupying the land at that moment, you can take over the land and claim it yours. Terra nullius which means empty, not occupied. No one is on the land. That's how the land of America was claimed. Terra nullius. Terra nullius. That's how they claimed it. And they reaffirmed it in the case of the Macintosh, which made a claim that the land really belonged to the native of America. The Indians, the dark-skinned one, and the ones that you see in your conventional time. But the dark-skinned melanated ones were here. They're of the Shemite seed. They're of the Adamic seed. They were here. The land was taken. Terra nullius, they said no one was on the land. It was empty, so we moved in and took the entire land. But under the terra nullius law, it says if you can prove any of these 5 things were being operated by you on that land at any time before the person who took the land and is claiming terra nullius, you are the rightful owner of that land. If you had a organized religion, if you had a way of economic of toiling that land, if you had a social structure, houses and all the different things set up for everyone, if you had a political system, then you're there. If you were tilling the ground and getting your food, you were there. So terra nullius cannot apply when people were on the land already. That's what the Most High is tearing down, because so as you have moved in on the people of the Shemite that were in America at the time and took their land, and then someone else took the land from those who took the land originally. That's where we get into the Gentiles, the Caucasian, Esau, Ahab at our time. The land was taken terra nullius by the other Shemites coming from Western Europe, and then the Gentiles, the Caucasians, Esau, Ahab stepped in after 1924 and took the land from the Shemites that came from Western Europe, from the dark-skinned people that came from Western Europe, and claimed the land was terra nullius. They're going to assume that terra nullius and continue in that shoes as the previous owners. So that's how the land is being maintained under their manifest destiny, which the Most High had given unto you, O children of Israel, Jacob, Judah, Ephraim. That's what was given unto you. Your 5 divine laws to operate on the land of America. But so was it done to you by the heathen, so will the heathen be recompensed on their head for what they're doing now, knowingly holding the land from the children of Israel and claiming they were never on the land and claiming it doesn't belong to them and mistreating them. Mark those words, my people. Mark it, because it will come in very handy as we go through this message. Ahab, which is the one now on the land. Ahab, which is the one now running America. The Caucasians who have tied themselves to the Luciferic beings and operating that evil 5 divine laws, knowingly keeping the children of Israel under bondage and suppression and keeping them in despise. Ahab did evil in the sight of the Lord, though Melchizedek above all others who came before him. So the Shemites who came before him, the dark-skinned people from Western Europe, he did worse than them. He did a number in his time. Even though he has a limited run, man, he's running and he's running with evil as fast as he can run with it. 1 Kings 16 verse 30 tells you that. 1 Kings 21 verse 25. Ahab, which sells himself to do wickedness, to work all kind of wickedness, because he was paid by the demonic forces, paid by the Luciferic forces, paid by the fallen angels to do their work. I shall make you rich with economics. That's why you see all those big corporations giving them the economics and the complete control of their evil manifest destiny. He did all of that on Thoth land in the sight of Thoth because he knows about Thoth. It's no mystery. He changed his name up to Hermes, but it's still the same. He knows of him. Only you did not know. But the Lord is bringing back his name, his voice, and his power, right hand and left hand, back to you through Prince Louis, his Messiah, his messenger, his Son of Man. But Ahab, he was married and fastened to Jezebel, which is his organized religion arm. His rule number one, his manifest destiny number one. Roman Catholic organized religion, that's his Jezebel, his wife, that stirred up a whole bunch of problems on the land of America for the children of Israel and for the rest of the world. She's there. She is there making sure that he does all the wicked things to control your five divine law, your Egyptian cross philosophy, because that's where your history and your lineage come from. Even though you're in America, you were at one point of time in Egypt through your ancestors. That's your five divine law, the symbolism of it given back to you that your forefathers knew and passed down to you in a symbol. That's what he's taking, my people, and using it for evil purpose. The big corporations you see running all the finance, the political folks that you see running around, the setup of the whole system, the social structure that's set up to confine everyone else to perpetual involuntary and voluntary slavery. That's set up by him using your laws, his political structure that holds everyone in bondage and set up laws to suppress anyone who does not agree. He set that up. And the food, he mash you up with the food, because the two areas that he always mash you up with is the head, give you a false religion, a false God, a false image, and everything else that you were told not to do. And then he give you bad food. We're going to spend some time on the food, because if you don't get the food right, your head can't get right. If you don't get the food right, your head is hard to get right. And I want to make sure where he always attack on you is well protected. Let's move through. Behold, I have explained unto you. See portion 92 verse 13. Behold, I have explained unto you the laws of health of the Father forbids the children of Israel from cooking food which destroy the natural order of themselves, which destroys the natural order of them as a physical being put here on this planet. You destroy the nourishment that I gave you to nourish your body. You destroy that natural order to bring nourishment to your body to stay as a spiritual being. That's your law of health. Your law number 5. He gave you food. He gave you herb and the herbs that bear seed. And he gave you fruit trees that yield another seed. It shall be your nourishment. That's what he gave you, but they didn't tell you, so I'm bringing it back to you. They didn't tell you, so I'm bringing it back to you, because the Father asked me to tell his children what's going on. He said they have to bring 2 books together. Ezekiel 37 tells you, you got to put 2 sticks together, my people. The book of Judah and the book of Ephraim. You gotta put those 2 together. Your Holy Bible and the book of Mormon. The book of Mormon, which part of it is the seal portion. You gotta bring them together. Join them in order to get the fullness of my law. Because he says, when you learn his law, he shall seal you, then destroy the rest of the planet. So, back to law number 5, which is going to help you free up your law number 1. your blessing, getting it to come back to you. See portion 92, verse 15. I say unto you, O children of Israel, I say unto you, Jacob, especially because you're stubborn, I say unto you, Ephraim, Judah, I say this especially unto you because you have a work to do. Any food that passed through the process of heat shall be no good for you to eat. Do you hear me? Any food that passed through the process of heat shall be no good for your body. You hear me again? Shall be no good for your body. Shall cause all, hear me? All, I'm going to repeat for you, all of your disease, your virus, your sickness, your bad health, it's going to cause, and it has been, and it shall, until you get the message from your Father, which says, get off their cooked food, and their flesh, it's only going to bring down your body, not nourish you, and make you sick with all kind of ailment. Why you think Lucifer and Ahab can be giving you all kind of prediction of disease? Because your body has been well conditioned by them to accept all disease because they have been feeding you cooked food and flesh. Pause for a second there, my people. Let that sink in because your Father is speaking to you right now. It said, God said back here, didn't it? He said that. He's talking to you again. My people, time for your sickness to be done. How much longer can you be sick? I'm moving you back to a time where you shall not be sick. But I have to get your mind ready right now so you can know how these 5 divine laws were being used against you to keep you unbalanced and sick, my people. Let's move on. He said, he reminds you again, benefit of the food that I gave you in Genesis 1:29 as your nourishment. Remember the time when I created the planet and I put you on this planet. I gave you a pure fast. I created that meal plan for you so that evil will not inflame you, but it is pure. It's gonna nourish you and keep you from all infirmities, all sickness, virus, evil, and diseases. I have created it for my children of Israel to make sure they can gain full control of their 5 divine laws at all time and subdue everything and everyone that's on the land. That's what I created for. The one who fasts continually will not be out of balance with my 5 divine laws. That law will help you to balance out the other 4. Trust me on that. The other 4. That's why he's making it so important for you to get this, because this is where you're moving back to when the 5 evil ones were set up go down. But a pure fast is what I created for the children of Israel. Pure thought, that's what heart means. Pure hands, left hand, right hand. Your pure social power, your pure political power, that's what it was set up. It releases you from all out of balance with my other laws because your body is ready to do all it can do and all it shall do and all it's ordained to do as a spiritual being. It heals all disease and virus. It heals all disease and virus. It heals all sickness that man has been giving you now. All the sickness Ahab is sending your way and telling you you need vaccination for them. The Father didn't tell you about no vaccine for no sickness. He gave you Ezekiel 47:12 that says, my leaf from the trees that I have given you shall be your medicine. He never send you to get no vaccine, nor no drugs, or no pills, or no nothing. He says, use the trees, the herbs, the leaf from those trees as your medicine. But this is what your Genesis 1 verse 29 does. Heals all disease. It casts out demons on top of demons. No matter how many of them they send during your sleep time or your waking time, at your job, at your anywhere you go hang out, they cannot get any surrendering of you. They can't surrender you nor subdue you at all, because you have power over them, because you are fully active and connected with the Most High. This meal plan gives you the means of making pure prayers, because your body has not been defiled. So your prayer and your manifestation of your prayer and your energy goes through as pure and as fast as it can be and connected back to your higher self. That's what's going on, my people. That's why he sent you the benefit of the fast, to let you know that you're going to defile yourself if you break this, and then someone else is going to break you. He gave it to the Adamic seed. I got to take you through your lineage. Adam, Cain and Abel, the two first set of people that came out of the seed of Adam. Cain killed Abel. All it means, the nation of Cain, because Adam is not the progenitor of all people. He's the progenitor of the copper-colored, red-skinned people that are now in America, belonging to the brown race of people. So Cain, after killed Abel, Cain nation split and became the priest of Mahan, the forces of darkness that Lucifer and the fallen angels and Jezebel are working and tied into. Seth, which is the other nation that sprang from Adam, the continuation of the copper color skin race, became the priest of the Melchizedek order, working for the forces of light. Move it down from Seth, you go down through the lineage, you get Enoch. You heard of Enoch, you all heard of him, but you're going to hear some more of him. You go down through that line, you get Noah. You've heard of Noah. And Noah, 3 races of men after his time. Japheth, the Caucasian. Sem, S-E-M, but he added the age because he's a heavenly person. You add the age to it. Then it became Shem, and then Ham. And then from the line of Shem brings you all the way down to Abram. Then Abram added the age when he became the heavenly being, the heavenly man, Abraham. That's how it worked, my people. But that's the lineage that you need to know, from when he created Adam all the way down to our time. All the way to our time. That's the lineage that was given, the information that you're getting now, and more to come. Let's jump in. This is the forces of evil and the forces of darkness. The forces of Melchizedek, the forces of Mahan on the left-hand side, the forces of Melchizedek on the right-hand side. Those are the forces that have been battling over time. Now we're down to where those pyramids at the bottom are, because those are the world leaders, the big corporation that are called Goliath, the organized religion, the social structure, the food structure, all set up to control the seed of the house of Israel and the elect saints and all the righteous. But that structure is being torn down now by Melchizedek, Thoth, Jehovah, and with Lois, Israel, Michael doing the work as the Son of Man with the other prophets that are raised up to do the work of bringing down the pyramid of evil. But that's what's been set up during the beginning of time by the Cain line of family, Adam time. This is the instruction. Seeded green herbs, seeded fruits shall be your nourishment. connecting the two books again. Seal portion, chapter 50. And the Father had given them instructions to eat fruits. They were instructed to cultivate fruit and vines to eat and herbs to eat. That's the instruction Adam got in the Garden of Eden. They plant these things continually and they ate them continually. And in the seeds of these plants, God provided perpetual life for each species of plant. When you eat those plants, you get perpetual life because you're eating the essence of that plant. See the connection? It was these plants that the Father instructed Adam to eat. He instructed Eve. Eve is the Caucasian race. Adam is the red copper color skin race. Eve is the Caucasian race. But I'm concentrating on Adam because Eve was created from the DNA, the ribs of Adam, giving you a little bit more sod so you can dig further. We'll cover that at another time. But Adam was forbidden to eat flesh of another animal. For Adam's body was not built for this type of nourishment. Children of Israel, right now in our time, your body is still not built for that kind of nourishment of flesh, whether cook. We're going to get to the cook because I have a whole bunch of cookers leaving comment about cooked meat. So we're going to settle that again. Adam knew nothing about cooking food. You hear me? Adam knew nothing about cooking no food because Adam did not need to cook food in the Garden of Eden, nor was it part of the plan of the Most High. The Most High did not make no plan for you to be cooking no food. You hear me? He did not make no plan for you to be eating flesh, nor cooking it, or any other vegetables and fruits that he gave you. No cooking intended. For inside the food they were commanded to eat, the fruit that provided seed for itself, the roots, the herbs, which had a seed bearing it so it can spread. These were necessary for nourishment that Adam needed to keep himself healthy and strong all the days of his probation, 6,480 years, leading up until this time, the latter days. So no one gave you any plan. No one gave you any plan of eating flesh nor cooking no food under the plan of the Most High. There are only two energy on this planet working, the plan of the Most High or the plan of Lucifer. So if Most High didn't tell you to eat no meat and cook no food, who told you? Who told you? Where did you get that from? Where did you get it from? Did the high priest of the Most High come and tell you? No, they did not. No, they did not. Let's move on. Seal portion, chapter 16, verse 108. And the children of Adam, which are the children of Israel, who followed Adam, who followed in the seed of the Adamic race, were not as many as those who followed the order of Ben-Eli and Cain, which is the priest of Mahan, the order of Lucifer, who was guiding them the whole way, the order of the fallen angels, who were guiding them the whole way. So that's what it came from. They did not follow the Most High, but most of the Most High children followed Ben-Eli and Cain, the priest of Mahan. Those of the children of Adam, the children of Israel, they had not defiled their bodies with flesh of animal or with food that had been cooked. And these children of Israel, as it is now that I'm talking to you, were strong men and women and had much more stamina you hear me, had much more stamina, you hear me, had much more stamina and vigor than those who followed Lucifer, you hear me, those who followed Lucifer. Don't make them fool you, but drink up no creatine or drink up no protein shake, and you need protein meat and you need protein in your food. Lies that Lucifer has given unto you, because your father didn't tell you you need no meat protein. Never told you that. He says no cooked food, no flesh, only eat fruits and herbs that all bear seed, that will make you strong men and women, much more stamina, much more vigor than anyone else who's doing something opposite to that. Seal portion 25 verse 37. Let's fast forward to the time of Enoch to see if this rule changed. Maybe the father changed his mind. Maybe Thoth changed his mind and said, go eat meat. Free will, go eat meat. At this time, Enoch and many generations of his children after the time of Enoch, they ate fruits and herbs, which are vines of the ground. You hear me? They ate fruits and herbs of the ground that are seeded for their nourishment. They did not eat any meat. They did not cook any food. They ate no flesh, neither did they cook their food, because they're following the plan and the law, the manifest destiny of the Most High given unto his children that he put on this planet. But some of his children, most of his children, decide to follow the order of Lucifer. Every time you have your barbecue, that's a Lucifer event. Every time you have your big cookout, that's a Lucifer event, to put it plainly, and not cutting any corners with the information that you are getting. They the children of Israel who followed Adam, had no intention to defile their bodies with flesh of animal, nor with cooked food. Which brings us to Daniel 1 verse 8. Daniel purposed in his heart, in his thoughts, that he would not defile himself, just like the children of Adam, which he's of, with meat that are either cooked or uncooked or any other cooked food. Nor did he put any liquor in his body. He made sure he followed the manifest destiny of the Most High. He followed the 5 divine laws of the Most High, so he can be sharper, smarter, have more vigor, have more stamina than all of Nebuchadnezzar's, all kind of soothsayers, Pharisees, and scribes, or whoever they put to match up with Daniel. That's what's being given back to you, my people. First Maccabees 1 verse 63. Wherefore, the children of Israel during the time of the Maccabees, they rather to die. They rather to give their life up and return back to the Most High, though than to defile their body, with meat, whether cooked or uncooked. And they were not willing to profane, to break, to corrupt, to pervert, or violate the holy agreement, which says, I am going to follow the law of health given to me by the plan of the Most High and of the Lord. Simply put, my people, they rather not defile themselves, because the priest of Mahan through Cain know that in order to get you kicked out of your heavenly state, your spiritual state, I have to let you defile your body, because it told you this law will make sure you stay within the other 4 laws. This law will rid you of all out of balance with all the laws of the Most High, because that's what sin is. You're out of balance with the laws. Seal portion, chapter 15, verse 66. Those whose bodies were being possessed by Satan, Lucifer, and his fallen angels, they did eat the flesh of other animals. I repeat for you, those whose bodies were being possessed by Lucifer and his fallen angels, they did eat flesh. You hear me? They did eat flesh. They did eat flesh. So that's where your custom of eating flesh is coming from. It never come from the Most High. So you cannot tell lies on the Most High that he gave you flesh to eat. Lucifer gave you that practice, eating the flesh of other animals. Those same bodies that are possessed by Lucifer and his fallen angel, they did cook their food. That's where your practice is coming from, to put it in a summary for you. So every time you're thinking that it's the Most High blessing you with cooked food, blessing you with all the meat you have in your fridge, it's not the Most High blessing you. It's not the Most High. He never sent you to go buy no meat, nor to cook no food. You're getting that blessing straight from Lucifer and his fallen angel and his satanic followers that make those laws that you need to cook your food. The heat from the fire destroyed those nutrients that the Most High had established in the food to provide for your health and strength. You see what fire does? Fire destroys everything. When you want to burn something up, you want to get rid of it completely, what you do? You set fire to it. So don't you think the same for the food? You're destroying everything that's in the nutrient section for that food. Whether vegetables, whether fruits, and definitely I'm not talking about no flesh. Now let's move on. Verse 67. These creatures that are possessed by Lucifer and his fallen angels, which are running around now, death did enter in swiftly and take their lives from disease and pestilence that were created from the food that they had eaten. Does this ring a bell now? Can you relate to this now? Can you, in your time right now, relate to all disease and pestilence running around in your society in America? Yes, because most of the people now on the planet are part of these creatures that are eating flesh and cooking their food, and therefore they have killed all the nourishment in their food, and they're swiftly overtaken by disease and pestilence created from the food that they are eating. People, there's only one disease, and it's your food that you're eating, if it's cooked and if it is of flesh. If it's cooked and if it is of flesh. If it's cooked and if it's of flesh. That's your one disease. No other. Prove it to me if you think otherwise. Seal portion 16, verse 41. You do eat the flesh of beasts. You do eat the flesh of fowls. You do eat the flesh of fish. Which example has not been given to you by the Most High or the Lord Thoth. They did not give you any of those examples. They did not. But been given to you by those beings, those Luciferic beings, those forces of darkness, Cain and Benelli, the priests of Mahan, whom you have taken as your wives, because you have married into the things and the custom that they have given unto you over years and years and years, and you stop seeking what your father's plan is and was. It still remained the same plan, and whom you have given unto your own customs and allow them to corrupt your custom, because now you are mixing up your pure blood with those who are not of the pure blood, therefore defiling your own blood. That's why Daniel decided he would not defile his blood with Nebuchadnezzar food, those strange food from the heathens and the Maccabeans who were holding out, saying, we'd rather die than defile our blood, our daughters, and our sons with those things, meat and cooked food. These people that have been mixing with you, and you have been mixing with yourself, O children of Israel, they are not of the children of the Father who have pure Adamic blood, pure Shemite blood, pure Noah. They're not, and they're corrupting your blood over and over and over, because they know that's the way to cut you off from your 5 divine laws, your manifest destiny. Noah time. Let's jump to Noah time and see if things had changed, if he gave you another instruction about what to eat and what to cook and what not to cook. Noah time, the covenant with Noah and the laws of prohibiting what? And the law of prohibiting what? And the law of prohibiting the eating of blood that was in the flesh, whether cooked or uncooked, because he already tell you, I didn't give you cooked food, and I didn't give you meat or flesh. I gave you fruits and vegetables that are seeded for your nourishment and vigor and stamina. Law number 1, bless them, become a blessing upon the land. That's what he gave Noah. That's your law number 1, one of your 5 divine laws given back to you. Law number 2, economics, be fruitful. Noah and your descendant, I will make your seed time and your harvest time not cease. Unlimited resource from the land. You're going to be fruitful on top of fruitful. That's your law number 2. Law number 3, increase and multiply in your spiritual beings on your planet, on your land, in your nation, and become a nation of people and stay a nation of people. Righteous seed. That's what you're moving back to now, people. Law number 4. Law number 4, fear and terror of you on everyone else that's on the land. I say, fear and terror of you upon the land, sea, and everything that flies. Fear and terror of you, because you're following the full 5 divine laws, especially this one, law number 5. Food like the green herbs. Food like the green herbs. Food like the green herbs and the fruits. That's what you should eat. But flesh, going back to the rule, didn't change from Adam. Flesh, which is filled with life, that is of blood, you shall not eat. That's the instruction. Same as what was given to Adam. Same as what was given to Adam. So up until Noah time, the rule stayed the same. Stayed the same, my people. Nothing changed about it. You shall not eat it. And Noah and his sons swore they would not eat any blood which was in any flesh. No flesh I gave you to eat. Stay away from it and stop cooking food. That's the instruction that was given to you up until Noah time. And Noah and Shem, who we're going to concentrate on. Because if you're of the Shemite, you're of the brown skin race. Continuing the Adamic seed. Made a covenant before the Most High and of the Lord. Forever. Forever. Make this law with the children of Israel, so they can keep this law. No flesh of any kind, any beast, any fowl, or anything in the river shall not be eaten. And if they eat it, they shall be cut off from being a nation of people, cut off from their harvest, cut off from getting fear and terror from everyone else, and cut off from building an economic function on their land of America. That's what happened. That's what was given to you as that covenant, the agreement, the promise, the pledge that the Lord made and you made, that you will not eat any flesh of any kind. Any kind. So if you have eaten, or if you're eating it now, you have certainly been cutting off yourself. That's why the Father says, go and let my children know the fullness of it. Concentrate on it so they can come back and say, I never did know, I never knew, because no one told me. Because you heard it from him through me. Genesis 1 verse 29. That was the agreement made to Noah. Genesis 9 verse 4, that's the other part of the agreement made with Noah. But the flesh, which is of the blood, shall you not eat, O children of Israel. Same thing here. But the flesh, which is of the life, which is of the blood, shall you not eat, O children of Israel. That's the rule. That's the law of health that was given unto you. But he added another piece to it. He added another piece to it to let you know, because the Most High and the Lord can keep the pieces from you without letting you know. And it's coming back to you right now. Genesis 9 verse 5. And surely if you eat all those things that I told you not to eat in Genesis 9 verse 4, the flesh with the blood and the life, surely your blood of your life will I take. Life for a life, people. Life for a life. That's a recompensation on your head. You take a life, you're eating a life, your life shall be taken. No one gave you any instruction to go kill no meat, take no life, and be eating no food and cooking no food. So if you do that, I will require your blood. I will require it. I will require it. That's what's given unto you. I will require your blood if you're going to be eating those flesh and killing those flesh and eating those flesh. I will require your own flesh from you. Abraham time. Let's jump to Abraham to see if the rule changed at that time. Seeded green herbs, seeded fruits shall be your nourishment. Do not eat flesh, cooked or uncooked. Same rule. Let's see. Abraham. Let's do back the lineage. Son of Shem, son of Noah, son of Enoch. We already covered Enoch. We already covered Noah. We already covered Shem, because the instruction given to Noah is the same Noah gave to Shem. And Abraham is a son of the descendants of Shem. Same family line coming down to our time, where you have the 12 tribes and you say you're from Ephraim, you're from Judah, you're from Jacob. Same rule apply at Abraham time down to your time right now. Abraham, Apocalypse of Abraham 9 verses 6. I will announce guarded things to you, O children of Israel. I will make you see great things which you have not seen, O children of Israel. But I want you to do this for me, says the Lord. This is the instruction that he gave you, because he knew at that time you weren't following your law of health. For 40 days, do not eat every kind of food cooked by fire. Do not eat every kind of food cooked by fire, and from drinking wine, liquor. And for 40 days, my sisters especially, and also the men, do not rub any lotion on your body, no matter which fancy shop you just bought it from, whether from the Body Shop, whether from Victoria's Secret. Do not rub any of those ointment with the chemicals on your body for 40 days, because those things seep through your pores and go into your bloodstream and contaminate your body. defiling your body with ointment. That's a no-no as well. That's what the instruction said that was given unto you. So the rule, he's bringing you back to the law of health. Law number 5, when you strayed from it, he's telling you, go back to it so I can give you important things that you can learn and you can do. And I'll let you see important things and things that you've never seen before. Go back to my law. Number 5, no flesh, no cooked food. That's what he's telling you. The law stayed the same during the time of Abraham. Didn't change. Seal portion chapter 16 verse 42. And because you do eat flesh of the beasts, flesh of the fowls, flesh of the fish, you have corrupted and defiled your own bodies, which were not intended to partake in such food. Hear me? Let me go back again. Because you do eat the flesh of the beast, you do eat the flesh of birds and fowls, and you do eat the flesh of fish, you have corrupted and defiled your own bodies, which were not intended to partake or to assimilate or to attune to those food. Those food are not compatible with your body. That's why you are guaranteed diseases and pestilence. That's what he's bringing back to you now, my people. Genesis 17 verse 14. 17 verse 14. And the uncircumcised, those who are still eating meat and cooking their food, those who are eating the flesh and has not kept themselves circumcised from the flesh, cut off from the flesh, that man who is eating meat, his soul shall be cut off from his people. He shall be cut off from his 5 over self body, his spiritual Adam KADMON self. That link shall be cut off because he has broken the promise that his lineage has made with the Lord, those Melchizedek, Jehovah, and the Most High, that they will obey and not eat flesh and cook food. That's the agreement that was made. That's why it said you're in a fallen state. You're in a state where you're in the grave. You're a necro. That's simply what it means. At this time, you shall be cut off because you're doing and you're following all the things that Lucifer and the fallen angels and the satanic beings and the satanic people who develop laws to follow his plan. Let's move to Moses' time. Let's see what changed during Moses' time, because a lot of things were said in Leviticus that we need to clear up. Your meat, flesh must be sanctified. That was told to Moses at his time during the Exodus from Egypt when they were leaving in a hurry to get to safety. And do not defile yourselves and be cut off. My rules about the flesh and cooking food remain the same. Let's jump in and see what was going on. Let's jump in and see who Moses was and what time he was around. Moses, during the 14th and the 13th century, that means 1400 BC, 1201 BC, around the time when the earth was moving its magnetic pole under chaos. People were moving and trying to get into safety before Egypt was destroyed. That's the instruction given at that time. But the Christendom, the Western Christendom, which is when you see that, it means the Roman Catholic version. It means a Latter-day Saints version. It means a Protestant version that came and forced their Christianity on you and took away your Hebrew from you. Christendom, that's what Moses was running away from. The slavery of Egypt, now it's returning again. The same thing happening again in modern day Egypt, which is America. where you shall be delivered from the slavery of America, from the Christendom of America. Same instructions were given again at Moses' time. No flesh. You shall be cut off if you eat that flesh. Same instructions given. Leviticus 11 verse 46. This is the laws of the beast, fowl, and living creatures that creepeth. This is the law I'm setting up now during the time when you're moving about, you're exodusing, you don't have your homes to make proper preparation for the children of Israel to grow their crops and eat fruits and green herbs. I'm going to give you some temporary solution to hold you over until you get to a point where you are stable. Leviticus 11 verse 47, to make the difference between what's clean and what's not clean. I'm going to set the rule straight. That's what the Lord said at Moses' time. I'm going to let you know what beasts you can eat and what you cannot eat during only that time. Once you set you straight back up and you can grow your own food and do all your other stuff, then you get back onto my law. But for you to follow these laws of the beast, this is one important thing the Lord worked into it, because he knows that if you eat that meat without some spiritual energy coming your way, you shall defile yourself and be cut off. You hear me? Defile yourself and be cut off. That's why he made this provision, especially for the children of Israel during their exodus. Your exodus is coming up soon. Same as what was going on in Moses' time is going to go on in your time very, 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 very shortly. Exodus 29 verse 33. They shall eat those things where an atonement is made for those meat. You can only eat it if a priest atoned for it and sanctify those food before you eat it. The flesh or any cooked food. That's the law of the beast. Someone, a high priest, had to sanctify those food. The difference between making your food clean and unclean. It had to be sanctified by a high priest in order for the food to become clean when it was unclean. So he gave you a temporary reprieve on the beast only if a priest is making an atonement for it. Not right now. You're not getting any atonement now. This was at Moses' time, not your time now. You're sojourning, but you still have your stationary location, and you have every ability and opportunity now to eat fruits, green herbs that are seeded as your mate. Leviticus 11 verse 44. I am the Lord your netter. You shall sanctify yourself, neither shall you defile yourself with any creeping things. No flesh crawling on the ground, no flesh walking on the ground, you shall eat and defile yourself. So no matter how many celebrities, actors, rappers, athletes, personality, musicians, producers, no matter who they put on your screen to eat bugs, snakes, insects, and any amount of creeping things, you shall not defile yourself and go eat any of those creeping things, because the Lord and the Most High told you in Leviticus 11 verse 44, no creeping things even during your exodus when you're leaving Egypt, which is America, in a hurry to get to your pillars of light. No creeping things shall be your food. None of that shall be your food. It is part of your law of health. No flesh should be eaten, whether you cook it or you uncook it. So no make the priest of Mahan fool you up with taskmasters eating creeping things, bugs, insects, snails, and all kind of abominable things. Not for you, children of Israel. Leviticus 16 verse 34. The rules stay the same, my people, as an everlasting law to you, to make an atonement for the children of Israel for all their sins once a year. And that was commanded of Moses at his time. Now at your time, is anyone that's of an high priest, not someone who self-claim all that role for themselves, not sent by the Lord or the Most High, making atonement for you? Is there someone making that atonement for you when you're going to eat the meat, or yearly making that atonement for you? And since you're not in an Exodus during the Moses time, this rule does not fly for you, because you're in a stationary but temporary position, and you have every opportunity to follow the laws of the Most High. That's why Ahab came in and took your law, because you were not following it. He took it and used it against you. Genesis 17 verse 14, Leviticus 17 verse 14. Coincidence? They're 17:14? No, it is not. They're both saying the same thing. You shall be cut off if you're uncircumcised. If you're not cutting yourself off from eating flesh, meat, cooking up food, you shall cut yourself off. That's what's being given unto you during Adam time, during Enoch time, during Noah time, during Abraham time, during Moses time, all the way down. The rule stayed the same. No flesh, or you shall be cut off. No meat of animal, or you shall be cut off. Latter day, which is your time right now. Latter day, which is your time. Let's see if the rules remain the same, and let's see if Ahab has changed a rule on us and did not tell us that he's changing our rule from the Most High to his rule. Let's jump in, my people. Let's jump in, my people. First Maccabees 1 verse 15. And made themselves uncircumcised, and forsook the holy agreement that the children of Israel has made with the Most High. So the children of Israel has switched over to being the children of Lucifer, of the priest of Mahan. That's what happened during the Maccabees time, which was around 200 BC to 33 BC. So as you can see, this is very recently that these men forsook the holy covenant, forsook the holy agreement, and started to eat meat. So you can see it's recently that these men forsook the holy covenant, forsook the holy agreement, and joined themselves with the priests of Mahan, and created a lot of mischief for the children of Israel, even though they were of the children of Israel. That's why it says, not all of Israel is of Israel. Seal portion chapter 16 verse 41. For behold, you do eat the flesh of the beast, of the fowl, and of the fishes, which example the Most High did not give unto you. Just to remind you again, when you forsook the holy covenant, you are now jumping officially on the plan of Lucifer, of the plan of the fallen angels, and you're right within the priesthood of the priest of Mahan, which has given you their wives, which is their thought, their vices for you to follow them and not be a children of the Father with your pure blood, because you have officially defiled your blood, as shown unto you in Luke 15 verse 15, which talks about the prodigal son, which talks directly to the children of Shem, the Shemites that are in America. The Shemites that are in America. The Shemites that were in Western Europe. It's talking about you. Pay close attention. My dark-skinned melanated people that are from Europe, and those who were originally on America. Talk about you as the American, as given unto you by Webster 1828 dictionary, before Ahab, Esau, the Gentiles changed the dictionary to mean something else. Luke 15 verse 15. And the Shemites went and joined themselves to another nation, that Thoth is not the ruler, Thoth is not the Lord of that nation. That's the nation of the ungodly that came to the shores of Europe, Western Europe, and to the shores of America. That's talking about two sons, Shem and Japheth. Shem and Japheth. Shem was taken over by Japheth, and Japheth sent him into the fields to work as a slave. Voluntary, a slave. Involuntary, and then voluntary now in our modern time. And what did he give the Shemites to eat? Flesh. Feeding him with swines. And the swines were being eaten by the fallen ones, who are the ones who eat flesh and cook their food. Simply explained to you. See portion chapter 16, verse 41. Again, telling you, you were impuring your blood. You were defiling your blood because you went and joined yourself to the citizen of another race of people that were not pure blood like you, oh my Shemite. And they put you to work on plantation on your own land in America for the Shemites who were already here. And the last two tribes that were transported from Western Europe and the Guinea coast of Africa, you were put into slavery on the land of America. That's why the Most High and the Lord can come back now and gather all 12 tribes, because they're one location, the children of Israel. They are in North America, aka Turtle Island, aka Earth, aka Egypt. Luke 15 verse 16. And the Shemites were willing to fill their belly with husk. Husk, you see the word in your Bible, but you gloss over it without getting the full understanding as to what is husk. Given to you by the reptilian race. Given to you by the Luciferic beings. Given to you by the fallen angels. Those beings that are eating flesh and cooking food. That's who they are. No man gave you that food to eat, because you got it from mankind. Mankind gave you that food. If you look at the meaning of mankind, it has two meanings. One is a person of the Most High, a child of the Most High, when it says man in your Bible. But it also says mankind in your Bible. Those are who are mimicking what man is. They are not man, but they put an illusion around themselves to appear as man. Those are the reptilians. Oh, you knew the word to expose them. In your time of Egypt, during the Moses time, during the Abraham time, during the Enoch time, during the Adam time, you knew the word to uncover them. You knew that word as given to you in the book of Judges 12. Judges chapter 12 gave you that word to expose who they are so they would not take over your nation, your social, or your political, or your feet, or your head, or your stomach. You were given the word to identify them, but they gave you husk. They gave you husk and did not tell you what husk is. Husk, my people, are parasitic bronchitis that's found in cattle, sheep, pig, all the things that your father tell you to not eat because your body is not compatible with those things. So they gave you husk, and they have Esau, the Gentiles, the Caucasian, Ahab set up laws to make sure you continue to eat husk, taking over your stomach. Your fifth law, using that law to keep you in a fallen state. What are they giving you? Parasitic bronchitis, also known as husk. That's what you were willing to eat because you're in a fallen state and you did not know they're giving you parasites and infection to make you more infectious than what you are, moving you further away from the law of the Most High and the plan of the Most High to give you nourishment so you can subdue Esau and the Gentiles or Caucasian. And Lucifer and his fallen angel shall be subdued by you if you're following the laws of your father. I'll let you subdue everything by land, water, and the air, and the spirit. Lucifer is in the spirit as well, the lower fourth dimension. The fallen angels are in that zone as well. So you can subdue them. That's what your father promised unto you. But instead, you have joined yourself with them. And they're giving you disease of sheep, cattle, and goats, and swine, which are in all the young sheep that they're growing for you. All the cattle they're growing for you. All the goat they're growing for you. All the pig, I know you love your pork. They're giving you all that parasite to jumping on your body, also known and giving you lungworm. That's what it's giving you. Clogging up your bronchital tube. That's why you have bronchitis, diabetes, high blood pressure, all kind of parasitic infection taking you over. Because it's in these animals from they are young. Under 1 year old, these animals have husk. And they're giving you all that meat. You, O Shemite, you were eating these things because sealed portion chapter 16 tells you, because you have become used to eating these fat meat, because you have become used to the taste of seared fat, which is cooked fat, because you have become used to the taste of cooked fat and boiled plants and boiled fruit. You have caused all the disease and pestilence to come upon you, O children of Israel, and you cannot have your everlasting joy and your everlasting life as your father has promised unto you. See portion chapter 88 verse 12. And the angel poured out the vial upon earth, which is America. And there fell noisome and grievous sore upon man, which had gotten the food of the beast. That's how he marked you. One of the way he marked you, by giving you his food. Another mark is his money that he let you crave after, knowing full well the money is the root of all evil. And the Most I told you, in order to find your spiritual self, you can't rely on your money. That's one of the marks. And your thoughts, he marked you in your thoughts. The work that you do with your right hand and your left hand, your political hand and your social hand, he marked you with those because you're using those hands for his work. And now this noisome and grievous sore is the many disease you have amongst you in when? The latter days. In when? The latter days, which is now. Don't you have noisome and grievous sores from all the disease he's telling you have and you don't have, and he keep vaccinating you every chance he get because he knows your body is well primed to take on all the disease that he tells you have, whether you have it or not. Because he knows you've been tasting that seared fat. You've been boiling up your plants. You've been boiling up your vegetables. You've been baking up your fruits and doing all kind of things and using all kind of unnatural food. Because don't think that he gave you the original food your father created for you. No, he has not. And he knows that's going to be the cause of the effect of your poor and unnatural food giving you bad health that you're consuming in the latter days. He knows he's giving you poor and unnatural food. Again, my people, the Most High wants you to wake up to know what's coming your way. He's gonna change your food. He's gonna bring you back to his law. Don't feel you can be running up and down in the new kingdom, killing animals and cooking up meat and cooking up fruit and vegetables. No, that cannot be. He's moving you back to his law, his 5 divine laws. He's gonna tear down all of Esau's 5 divine laws, all of Ahab's law that he set up governing you, torn down. It's going to be shredded to pieces. Chapter 88, verse 14 of the sealed portion. Because you ate food and flesh that is cooked, you have caused an imbalance in your physical body. Hear me again. You have caused an imbalance in your flesh, in your organs, in all your glands, your endocrine. Oh, those are suffering because of those items. And you know what? You know what, my people? Your endocrine glands, those are the secret. Those are the secret channels within your body to bring you back to your Father's kingdom that he's having you. These Luciferic beings are having you destroy the key to break you past the grid that is set up around your planet. You need your endocrine to break free of that magnetic ring, that has been set up around your planet. But no, my people, your Father got a plan for you. Move back into his law. Knowledge bring understanding, and understanding bring wisdom. Use your wisdom wisely because you have a sound mind. Flesh, which is the cause of many, all your disease in the latter days. It's the cause of all your disease. Flesh, whether cooked or uncooked, and cooking your fruits and vegetables. Once you put fire to them, you kill all the nourishment in them. If you want visual proof, look at a Curlian photography of cooked and uncooked vegetables, and you will see the cooked one lost almost all its nourishment, and that's going in your body. What do you think your body gonna do with that? It can't assimilate it. It can't process it. It can't properly digest it. So it's going to infect your body and defile your body, whether flesh, cooked or uncooked, or your fruits and your vegetables cooked. Moving on. Sealed portion, chapter 92, verse 13. I repeat, I forbid the cooking of food because it destroys the natural order of your body. It does not bring nourishment to your body. I have already given you green herbs, green fruit. Both of them should be seeded so you can replant them to be the nourishment to your body. In the latter day, most food that shall be consumed by you are processed. Hear me? They're processed. I'm in verse 14, chapter 92 of seal portion. That food is processed. They are processed by those who only seek to get gain from providing you these unnatural processed food. This book is looking into your future and giving you what you're getting now, and it's written many, many years ago. There shall be laws set up. Hear me? There shall be laws, political, they're using your right hand now, against you. Laws shall be set up that require you that any food that is sold to you must be heated up. Hear me? They're passing laws. They're using your 5 divine laws to conquer you because you lost knowledge of your law. So they took it as their own manifest destiny, use it against you to take your land and change your food. Laws requiring that all your food, any of your food that is sold to you, you must use heat to cook it and kill the nourishment and further kill all the balance that's natural to your body, killing it all. Seal portion, chapter 92, verse 16. Again, these shall be the cause of your disease from cooking your food and consuming meat, whether you cook it or you uncook it. Either way, same result. In the latter day, people shall be sick because of the food they eat. Many others shall be afflicted, shall be sick because of the technology. This is looking into your future now, all the way back then, and telling you this. The Father said, connect the 2 sticks. Seal portion and your Holy Bible. Book of Mormon and your Holy Bible. Connect them to get the fullness. Because someone is going to give you food, going to give you flesh, and going to give you technology to make you sick and to continue afflict you. Because technology cause you to become inactive, lazy, don't want to move around and keep yourself active and burn off all the bad food that they're giving you and become overweight. That's what happened to us now. Look around you. How many people are overweight versus those who are of the regular or the standard weight, as they put it? This is what it is telling you in your latter days. Is it wrong? Is what they're telling you untrue? Is what the seal portion telling you a lie? No, it is not. Seal portion 92 verse 15. Back to the instruction that the Lord gave you. Back to the instruction that the Most High gave you. Back to the plan of health of the Most High. I say unto you, O children of Israel, Jacob, Judah, Ephraim, and my Gentiles, brothers and sisters, my Caucasian brothers and sisters, any food that passes through the process of heat, fire, even microwave, it is the same, shall be no good, shall be no good, shall be no good for your health and your nourishment. Cannot be processed by your body, my people. It caused all your sickness. It didn't say some. All your sickness is caused by this food that you're eating, and you're cooking it, killing up the nourishment, and you're eating flesh, children of Israel, cutting you off from the plan of your father and from the spiritual energy of your father and from your 5 divine laws that you agreed with your father. You made a covenant with your father that you shall not eat these things and you shall not subject your body to defilement. In the latter days, you threw that out the window, but it's coming back to you. Coming right back to you, my people. Coming right back to you. Now, this is how conniving Lucifer, the fallen angels, Esau, Ahab, Jezebel, which is the Catholic Church, which is mums on the word, which is very silent in telling you about your food and what the plan of the Father says about your food, because they're keeping you on the plan of Lucifer by saying nothing. I will not release the knowledge to you. But this is how conniving they are. They know the Father did not tell you anything about eating any food. He forbids it. He said no cooked food. The Father did not tell you anything about cooking no food and go eating flesh, whether cooked or uncooked. He specifically forbid it. But this is what these Luciferic beings do. Jill portion chapter 19 verse 53. They send you back to your Father and the Lord to get blessing, for you to cook your vegetables, for you to cook your fruits, and for you to cook meat, and for you to consume it. When your Father already told you, none of those things I am giving you permission to do. But these fallen beings send you back to your Father to go get blessing, to break his law. They are so conniving. And why then do you ask your Father and the Lord to bless the meat you're eating, the food you're cooking, that it might nourish and strengthen you, when the Father gave you it with nourishment already, and you already changed that nourishment to zero by cooking the food, and you're going back saying, Father, bless this table, bless this meal I'm about to eat. I cooked it, it's against your law. I have meat on my plate, it's still against your law. But bless me anyway for breaking all your laws related to the law of health. How can you go? How can he have given you that access to go to your Father and tell him, I'm going to break your law, but bless me for breaking all your law related to food and the law of health? He has already blessed you by giving you the food in its natural form. That's what the Father have done for you. How can you suppose that such hypocrisy you can go to your Father with? How much vain repetition of prayer you can go with? How can you? And you already killed the nourishment in the food the Father gave to you in its natural form. Then going back to the Father with your vain prayer and your hypocrisy, saying, I killed the food, I disobeyed your law, but I want blessing for this food. No way it can be acceptable and justifiable before the Most High Allah, Yah, Yod-He, Vahu-He, Elohim, Neta. No way it can be, and it cannot be in the face and the presence and the eyes of the Lord. Don't Melchizedek, Yod-He-Wah. No way that can work. Cooking up food and going to ask for blessing, eating up meat and going to ask for blessing of the Most High and of the Lord. This is the pyramid of evil that sent you back to your Father to try to get blessing, to break your Father's law so they can continue to keep you in that perpetual fallen state. That is the force of darkness, the priest of Mahan on the left-hand side. That's their pyramid. All the people working for them, they are in America right now with their structure fully in place to keep you in that state. But the Father says, time to break that structure up. Break up all the helpers of Esau, all the wise men that have been telling you over the years, and they're plentiful now to continue eating meat. Break the law of God, setting that law aside, and still asking blessing for setting his law aside. No more of that blessing, because you're getting that message now. Get your blessings the right way by following your Father's law and plan. Move back to your covenant, the fast. Genesis 1, that the Lord and the Most High created. It exists, even though they say it don't exist. It exists, even though they say it don't exist. I have shown you enough to take you from the time of Adam to your time that it still exists. Let no one rob you. You're getting back your information now. Most High and the Lord promised that you shall get the fullness of his law. That's why he sent back the Spirit of truth, Michael, Prince Louis, to wake us up to his 5 divine laws. If any man does not take up his cross daily and follow me, then he's not my disciple. That's the instruction given unto you by Prince Louis when they change his name to Jesus. Instruction given unto you anyway. You are the cross. You are the representation of the cross. You have a head, you have feet, you have left hand, right hand, and a stomach. Any man that does not take up himself, or any woman that does not take up herself and follow her cross daily, which is her 5 divine law, follow his cross daily, which is his 5 divine law, shall not be my disciple. Don't let these priests of Mahan rob you of your glorious promise of eternal life. No sickness, living forever and forever, subduing all that's around you, having your own nation in the land of America, your own righteous law in the land of America, your connection back to the Most High and of the Lord, and eating the proper food, not cooking up food and eating no flesh, whether cooked or uncooked. Latter-day time, Jonah and Samson, still your time, my people, still in the latter day. Judges 14 verse 1. You, my people, in North America, you are Samson. The story is about you, I say. You in North America, whether you were naturally on North America, whether you came from Western Europe and put in slavery by the elites who have tied themselves to Lucifer. It's talking about you. Samson went down and saw a nation, and he decided to find a daughter of the ungodly people, the Philistines, and join himself with them. You keep joining yourself with these nations of ungodly, and it keep backfiring on you. You weaken your pure blood. That's the state we're in right now, where we have been joined by all kind of Philistines and have defiled our blood. In America, Judges 14 verse 3. We were warned time after time. His father, which is the Most High, and his mother, which is the feminine energy, Miriam, said unto you, O children of Israel, in North America, you, O children of Israel, that were in Western Europe, isn't there a woman in your own nation of the Shemite that you can marry to? Isn't there another woman, another nation in other parts of the center of the planet that you can marry to? And you said, no way, I don't want that. I want to take my wife from the uncircumcised people of the Philistine. The uncircumcised people, I want those people that are still eating meat to go join up with them. Same story as in Luke. You went and joined yourself with a nation that is not Thoth nation. Thoth nation is a righteous nation. That's what you did. You said, get that nation to be joined with me. That's what you ask of your father. But he said, go ahead and go do it. See how far it gets you. Because remember, Samson, remember, Shemite, remember, O children of Israel, you are a Nazarite. Hear me? You are a Nazarite, even though they try to hide it from you. It's coming back to you. You are a Nazarite. That's what Samson said. Judges 16 verse 17. He told Delilah, which is the Caucasian race. Same story told between Adam and Eve. Same story. Eve was beguiled by the serpent. Same story. Delilah was beguiled by Dagon. We're going to get there to show you the story is the same. Samson said unto her, a razor has never been upon my head, meaning you've never been cut off spiritually from your 5 over self, for you have been a Nazarite, a pure spiritual Judah, a pure spiritual person of color of the tribe of Judah. That's why I have the meaning of Nazarite on the right side. A Jew, they tell you now it's these Jew, the Ashkenaz lie. I won't spend any time on that lie. A Jew, a copper color, brown skin race person of the tribe of Judah that is ordained by the Most High and of the Lord. Ordained, I say, by the Most High and of the Lord. And you have made a vow, a contract, a covenant, a pledge, a promise not to drink liquor. Here's that part of your promise. Not to drink liquor. And to cut off your hair, meaning cut off your connection back to the Most High. That's what it means. And you also made a promise that you're not going to be defiled with flesh, dead meat. Even though they try to make it tricky and say in the presence of corpse, no, the spirit of Miriam is back with us, so we can decode their lies the proper way. You shall not be defiled by meat. You shall not break your law of health. Law number 5. That's a Nazarite. But then you disclose that unto the Gentiles. You told them all your secrets. And they also were working with Dagon and the Philistines to make sure you are broken by your head and by your stomach. This is who you are, oh my Jews. This is who you are, oh my Jews. Messiah Agadoth by Dr. Doriel. The Jewish people are dark-skinned. Hear me? Jewish people are dark-skinned. They are of the brown race, the copper color skin race. So let no one tell you no nonsense about no Ashkenaz Jew over in the Middle East calling themselves Jew and living in Israel. Israel is not a country. Israel is a people and a man who is to govern Israel. That's his name as well. Prince Louis, because Israel, when it's decoded, means Louis. That means Louis and his people have to be dark-skinned and of the brown race. Still not convinced? We go to this book, The Races of Europe, page 394 of that book. The English Jews, the Jews that were in England, are of a lighter complexion than the Sephardic ones that were in North Africa, in Spain, in Portugal, that were deported to the Guinea coast of Africa. They are of a darker complexion, peculiar dark. That means very dark. The Semites, which are the Shemites, when you become spiritual, are dark. They are dark as well. Evidence in sacred book prove this over and over, that they are of the original dark type. Thus, they are black people in our modern day interpretation of who they are. Science also back this up, that they are dark-skinned people. They are brunette. Brunette is what? Brown. German. Brown complexion. Enough is enough. Jews cannot be Ashkenaz. Jews cannot be Caucasian. They are not from the line of Judah. Ashkenaz is from the line of Japheth, which are the Gentiles. Genesis 10, verse 2 to verse 3 tells you who the Ashkenaz, who the Gentiles are. They're of the Japhethite family. Now that we're done with that part, Judges 16, verse 19. Eve, Delilah, the Gentiles, Japhethites, made the Shemites sleep upon their knees. Whenever you go down on your knees, that's worship. That's worshiping. Bow your knees to the Most High and of the Lord. But she made you, Samson, bow your knees to the Philistines, and Dagon. Most High giving you back. What happened to you? They cut off your head. We're moving to that next. And she called for a man. The Gentiles called for a man. And Esau caused that man, which is one of the hybrid that are controlled by the fallen angel, to shave off your 7 locks. It's your 7 seal in your body that connect you back to the spiritual realm of your father. They also cut off the 5 endocrine glands, which connects the 2 of your chakra glands that is controlling your access in the 4th and upper 4th dimension. They cut that off. They also cut off your connection back to the 7 principles of thought. We call them the 7 hermetic principles. That's why it says it cut off your 7 locks off your head. They cut off your head, which is your law number 1. God bless man. They cut off that blessing. And then Eve raised, Delilah, the Caucasian race, the Gentile race, the Japhethite began to afflict you. Began to afflict you. They took over that affliction full time in 1924. They weren't the one afflicting you before that. You were being afflicted by your fellow Shemite from Western Europe that are of dark skin complexion, but tied themselves in with Lucifer, as is elites. If you want it in a nutshell, let's move forward. Jonah is telling the same story. Jonah 1 verse 17. Now the Lord Thoth prepared a great fish, which is Christianity. It's called Ithkis. Ithkis. That's what it's called. If you look it up, you'll see the fish appearing. That's the fish that was given unto you to swallow up you, O Jonah, you, O Shem. They cut off your head with Christianity. Law number 1, God bless you. They let another blessing from a false god reach you and swallow you up. And Jonah was in that Christianity for 300 years, locked up in involuntary slavery and then voluntary slavery for 3 procession of the equinox. Taurus, Aries, Pisces, if you want to look at it from a deeper esoteric meaning. But the fish was holding you hostage. Fish, Ithkis. Fish is also Dagon. Fish is also Dagon. Wears a hat with a fish down his spine. And whoever in your modern day time, in your latter day, wearing that fish-shaped hat on their head, that's their representative in your modern time. If the hat fit, put it on their head. It's them. Let's move forward. And when Delilah saw that he had told her heart, she called in the Philistine on you. Called in the Philistine on you. That's what Delilah, again, Ahab, Gentile, Esau, Caucasians that have tied themselves in with the Luciferic beings, with the fallen angels, with the forces of darkness. These are the ones who took the money, the wealth, the economics, the feat that was given unto them by Lucifer. You see your 5 divine laws coming right back to you, being used by the Gentiles, by Esau, by the fallen ones, right back at you. Gave money to turn you in. That's what they gave her. The ungodly Philistine gave that to the Caucasian elite to make sure they keep you in bondage. Judges 16 verse 21. But the Philistines now took you, O Shemites, took you, O Samson, took you, O Jonah, the brown skin, copper color skin race in America, in Egypt right now, and put out your eyes so you did not have eyes to see, nor ears to hear your father's plan and law, your most high Lord that was ordained to you. You could not hear him as well, and you could not see what the Lord is putting in front of you. Bound you, put you in chains of brass, and grind you in the plantation. Grind you now in your latter day time in their prison system. The nation is holding you as a prisoner on your own land. That's what they're telling you back in Judges. This is you, my Shemites, that are in the land of Egypt, the new Egypt, which is America, the earth, Turtle Island, same place. You're being held hostage in prison on your own land, being grinded day after day after day. Judges 16 verse 25. Now when they have you under control, because they've taken away all your 5 divine laws, they've stripped you away from the connection of your head back to your father, and they gave you bad food because you went and you joined yourself with the uncircumcised Philistine, start eating their food. Now they have you, and they have you in the prison house, grinding after grinding, keeping you afflicted. They called you out of that prison system. They have you in America and they say, come play sport for us. Who are the famous sport players in your modern day time? People of color, the Shemites, making sport for the Philistines who are controlling it in the background. But you just forgot the word given unto you in Judges 12 that you can use to identify the Philistines back in your old time. If they could not say the word, if the Philistine could not say the word, then off their head is gone. Their head is gone if they could not say the word. But you lost all that connection back to who you are. But it's coming back to you. You taken out of the prison house in America to play sport for the Philistine. And they use your pillars that you have put up on this land, your 5 divine laws, your own manifest destiny, use it against you to keep you in prison and playing sport to make the Philistine and Eve, the Delilah and the Gentiles and the Esau and Ahab and Lucifer and the fallen angel to make them merry while you're playing sport, to make them merry that you have lost all your connection and you cannot find your way back home to your father. But that won't last. That merriness won't last for long because the Most High is tearing down their 5 pillars that they have set up to keep you in prison and playing sport and of no use and of no use and of worthlessness as they have told themselves. This is the fish that they're talking about, my people. This is the fish that is working behind the scene, and whoever wearing the same hat as that fish is his disciple. That is Jezebel. Jezebel wears the same hat, my people. Jezebel wears the same hat. That is the fish god, Dagon. Judges 16 verse 23. And the Lord, the false leader of the ungodly Philistine, gathered themselves together to offer great praises and sacrifice unto who? Dagon. Unto who? Dagon. Put a R after the D. Put a R after the D. You get dragon, as you have read in Revelation. Same person. Same person, I'm telling you. Dagon, their God, to rejoice because Dagon has delivered you, O Shemite, you, O children of Israel, you, O Judah, you, O Ephraim, you, O Jacob, into the hands of your enemies. They consider you their enemies because you are their enemy, and they are yours because they have nothing but destruction and keeping you cut off, waiting for you when your father wants to free you up so you can be a nation of the righteous seed. That's who they're giving praise to. You think your Bible is wrong? You think your Bible is wrong? Your Bible doesn't know what's going on behind the scene? Who is doing all kind of worshiping and setting up altars to Baal and Molech and making all kind of human and child sacrifices? You think your Bible doesn't know who is making those sacrifices and who they're making it to? Dagon, aka Lucifer. Dragon, aka Lucifer. Serpent, which is aka Lucifer. Different name for the same person, which handed you over to the Philistine, to Ahab, to Jezebel, to Esau, to the Gentile. Handed you over to them because Samson, our enemy, is now in our hand. Dagon for you. Look to see who's wearing the same hat as Dagon on the right hand side of your screen. Look to see Jezebel wearing the same hat as Dagon on the right side of your screen, holding a cross. That is your 5 divine law being used against you. You are the cross, my people. You are the cross, not a man-made instrument. You are the cross. Your Father waking you up to who you are, how you got here, where you are right now, how it happened. Didn't just happen by accident. It's all told to you by your Father, that Jezebel, who is the daughter of Baal. Baal is the forces of darkness. He's one of the fallen angels that's tied back to Lucifer. Jezebel shall be ruling over Ahab, which is America, and making Ahab doing all kind of evil on both land of America. He's going to be doing the most evil of all other leaders that were on the land of America. He's going to be here with you in your latter day, being run by his wife Jezebel, the Catholic priest, wearing the fish hat on his head, same as what Dagon is wearing. Jeremiah 32 verse 35 tell you, and they, Ahab and Jezebel, built high places, high altars to Baal, making sacrifices to Baal, and they're causing their young, the young of their own, and the young of the Shemites to be passed through the fire unto Molech, to be destroyed by fire, to sacrifice to Molech. Your Bible telling you the whole thing is out in the open right now. And I commanded my Shemite not to join with them. I said to Samson, can't you find another Shemite people to join with? Can't you not find someone across the center of the planet to join up with? And you said, no, I want to be joined with the Philistine. I want to be joined with the ungodly Esau, the ungodly Gentiles who wanted to tie themselves to the elite. I want to be with them, but you were commanded not to be with them. You should not be an abomination with them. You should not defile yourself with them. You should not be out of balance with my 5 divine laws with them. And you, O Judah, which I told, you are the ruler, the lawgiver of the children of Israel. They made you join with them because Judah, you are the Jew, the Nazarite, as Samson is, as the Shemite is, you are the Jew. That's why you're called Judah. But you went and go join yourself and go sin with the Philistine, Jezebel and Ahab. Should I spare you after you have done all those things, O children of Israel, O children of Shem? Should I spare you if you have done all these things? I told you not to do it, and you go do it anyway. But the Lord loves you, and he shall spare you, O Nineveh, that great city that have the Shemites living in them, that great city where the Son of Man, Prince Louis, shall be living. Nineveh, which is Jacksonville, Florida, in our latter day, modern day time. I shall spare you because you cannot mentally recognize anything that's around you. You have fallen so far, nothing around you make any sense. You cannot discern between your right hand that I gave you, your political power to subdue all that fly in the air, move in the water, or on the ground, or in the spirit. You can't subdue them. You don't even know those things exist. You can't discern about your right hand, your left hand. Your left hand. You don't know anything about your left hand. You haven't been forming yourself as a nation of people. You tried, but they burned it down immediately in Oklahoma, and you haven't tried since. You've lost interest in your left hand, in gathering yourself as a nation of people. A few of you have gotten breaks, but those are just taskmasters. They hold you back from forming your own nation of people. You cannot discern between your left hand and your right hand, and you definitely have no cattle that was taken and given unto the Gentiles, given unto Delilah, given unto Eve, given unto Esau. He got all your cattle when the Philistine gave Delilah money. That's your money being given unto them. Money, that's your money being given unto them. So this is the state that you're in right now at the Son of Man time. The Son of Man is here, and this is what he's seeing. And the question was asked by the Lord Thoth, Melchizedek, Yehovah. I have given the Shemite warning on top of warning. I have given the children of Israel warnings. Oh my, I've given them warning, and they listened not. Should I spare them at this time? And the Lord is going to spare the true righteous seed of the children of Israel, the children of Shemite. All those who knowingly afflict the children of Israel, all those who knowingly afflicted Shem, all those who knowingly afflicted Jacob when Shem, Israel fell from his glory and became Jacob. All those who afflicted him in his time of defilement, his time of despise. No, you are not going to get away from this that easy. No, something is waiting for you, and I have to let you know. So in case you want to change your ways and correct what you have done before the time expire, for which you can do that. Fourth book of Ezra, 2nd Ezra 15, verse 12 to 14. Denunciation of the oppression against the children of Israel. I am denouncing you. I am rebuking you for what you have done to the children of Israel. They were hard of hearing. They stiffened their neck, yes, but you didn't have to take it that far in afflicting them. No, you did not. You made no effort to let them know who they are or to make them go back to who they are. No, you did not. You oppressed them all the way. Let America mourn for what America has done to the children of Israel. The copper-colored skin race of people that were here on America's soil, that are called American, indigenous to the land of North America, Central America, South America, and those that came from Europe under voluntary and involuntary slavery. You're all here bunched together as Negro, black, colored as of the 1924/1930 Racial Integrity Act, orchestrated by Walter Plecker, one of the Esau. But you shall mourn for all Walter have done, all the others as him have done, and all the benefits you have reaped. For plagues of chastisement, plagues of punishment shall be given unto you. All those who knowingly afflicted Israel shall be punished. Shall be punished. Delilah, Esau, Gentile, Ahab. There was a fine print in your contract with Lucifer. There was a fine print in your contract with Dagon and the fallen angels. But in your haste to make that contract ready so you can receive your money, you skipped over that fine print which says, anyone who's holding the scepter that should be in the hands of Judah in the latter day in America shall be punished. Anyone who knowingly afflicts the children of Israel, and you're standing in that seat of power in the latter day, you shall be seriously punished. So this plague of chastisement and punishment, I, the Lord, will bring upon you for your oppression against the children of Israel. Your first one I'm taking away is your stomach. I'm taking away all your unnatural food that you were giving my people to eat. Let your farmers till the ground and mourn, because no more of your fake food can be tilled from the ground. No more of your GMO food can be given to the children of Israel. All that you will be going through this judgment is all because of what you have done to the children of Israel. So your food is cut off. You can't give them no bad food, no unnatural food, and no more cooked food and meat you can give unto them. First thing he's cutting off, because your seeds, those unrighteous seeds, shall fail. The trees that you grow, the fake ones, shall fail. They shall be ruined by pestilence and by fire. It's coming your way. Fire, it's coming your way. Terrible fire coming your way to burn down all your fake food that you've been feeding the children of Israel with. No more of that food going in the children of Israel belly. Their belly is only accepting seeded herbs and seeded fruits. No more medicine you're gonna make for them. Their medicine should be the leaves of those trees that are providing the herbs and the fruits for the children of Israel. Alas, your entire rule over this planet, O Ahab America, shall be done. Alas, unhappiness for all who partook in suppressing the children of Israel, the rebuking and the condemning of America, denunciation of Babylon, Asia, Egypt, Syria, Babylon, America, Asia, America, Egypt, America, Syria, America, Syria, America, the same. Woe to you, O Babylon. Woe to you, O Asia. Woe to you, O Egypt. Woe to you, O Assyria, all America. Calamities coming your way for what you have done to the children of Israel. Gird up yourself. Get your black clothes ready, because funeral time is near. That's what sackcloth is, your mourning clothes. Get your clothes ready to mourn, because you're going to be crying and wailing for what you have done to the children of Israel. Destruction is at hand. The sword, which is war, is being set in your direction. The fire, which he said, I'm going to burn down all your 5 divine laws, it's coming your way. It's set up and it has been sent upon you. No one will and no one shall turn it back. 2nd Ezra 16 telling you all this. 2nd Ezra 16 telling you all this. Verse 11, the earth and its foundation, which is the 5 divine laws of evil that has been set up, that will be shaken and torn down. The sea is churned up. The sea is churned up from the depth. Whole bunch of things are coming your way. We'll deal with that in another message. But your structure, your foundation is coming down. Verse 15, the fire is kindled and it shall not be put out until it consumes your foundation. your 5 evil divine laws that was set up to rule over the children of Israel. Everything that's coming now in this judgment time is recompense on Ahab, America, Babylon, Asia, Egypt, Assyria's head, because they had many opportunities to make the children of Israel whole, set them back into what they were and who they should be, because the Lord told everyone, the godly and the ungodly, what the children of Israel should be like, to give you the choice to make them who they should be. But you kept them in affliction, so that foundation shall go. Denunciation against the heathen, the Philistines, the ones who follow the ungodly, the Delilah who followed the ungodly, the Caucasians who have set up themselves with the ungodly plan of Lucifer, Dagon, dragon, serpent, and the fallen angels. Says the Lord told Melchizedek, Jehovah, I will call together all the rulers, the world leaders, the world corporation, the religious leaders, the political leaders, the military complex, the big pharmaceutical, the big economic firms. I will call you, all the leaders of America, to fear me, to turn and repay what they have given unto them, the children of Israel. Repay them, but you won't repay them. So these things are coming your way. Just as they have done to my children of Israel, I shall do unto them. You hear me? Just as what they have done to my chosen people until this day that I'm giving you this message, so I will do unto them, children of Israel. It's all about you, my dark-skinned people. You can't imagine how much the Most High and the Lord are going to make things right for you. Just follow their plan, follow their law, be of love, and believe, and call upon the name of the Lord. Told Melchizedek, Jehovah. But because of what you did to my chosen brown-skinned, melanated people and the spiritual beings who want to tie themselves in with the Shemites, I will do unto you and will repay into your bosom. You shall get back what you put in. You put in inequity, sin, and ungodliness, so shall you get back to you. Can't put in unrighteous and want righteous. You got to put in righteous and you get back righteous. Thus saith the Lord, my right hand, which is your right hand that you should have, but you broke the law of the Most High and the Lord. My right hand will not spare the wicked, not spare the sinners. That's the political hand that subdue. They shall be subdued, every single one of them. My sword, which is the war that they're going to fight against each other and destroy each other. Woe unto the sinners who did not obey my 5 divine laws. My 5 divine laws, especially that one which says, make sure you're not eating any flesh, no meat, and you're not cooking up any food. And the statute, do not worship any fallen angel images and statues. That one cut your head off immediately. That one take your head off from your 5 divine laws immediately. That's coming to the way of the earth. Now, Delilah, Esau, and the Gentiles who have set up themselves in that power of Lucifer and the fallen angel. This is the fine print that you missed during signing that contract with them. 2 Baruch 82, verse 1. Therefore, my brethren, children of Israel, I write to you to let you know, be comforted in yourself. regarding the multitude of your tribulation, given unto you by Delilah, given unto you by Esau, given unto you by the Gentile, given unto you by Ahab, given unto you by the land of America, all the same afflictors. For know that though our Maker will assuredly avenge us, hear me? Assuredly avenge the children of Israel on all our enemies. You remember Dagon delivered you into their hands and they called you their enemy. Now the Most High and the Lord says, they, the enemies, they will be recompensed according to all that they have done unto the children of Israel. You hear me? Israel, you shall be retributed by the Lord, through Melchizedek, and the people who have put you under those multitude of tribulation, they shall not get away scot-free. The consummation of this judgment is by no means far off. It is right now, and it's going on now, where everything in Egypt, America, is crumbling. So as the time of Moses, so as the time now of the Son of Man, Prince Louis. Read on to find out what's going to happen to the Gentiles, those who oppress the children of Israel, Jacob, Judah, Ephraim. But do you in your right sound mind, Ephraim? Do you in your right sound mind, Judah? Do you in your right sound mind, Jacob? Do you in your right sound mind, the children of Israel? See that all these things have happened to you up until this time. Do you think it will not be avenged by the Most High and of the Lord? And to you, my Gentiles, the ones who have tied yourself to Lucifer and his fallen angels, I'm talking to Ahab, Delilah, Esau. Do you think all the things that you have done to the children of Israel, you're gonna get away scot-free? No, they shall be avenged upon your head, I say. They shall be avenged upon your head. 2 Baruch 83, verse 22, already told you. These things that have happened to the children of Israel, do you think that they will not be avenged by the Most High and of the Lord? Do you think so? Do you think so? I hope not. But if you do, Apocalypse of Abraham 31 reminds you that you won't be getting away with any of this. I will sound the trumpet. It was sounded in 2017. Trump and Pence. It was sounded in the time of air, which started in the year 2000 up until 2026 to recompense you upon your head. I will send my chosen one, Prince Louis, a.k.a. Son of Man, a.k.a. Michael, a.k.a. the Messiah, a.k.a. Elijah, having in him one measure of my power, my left hand power, my right hand power. The Son of Righteousness shall come with healing in his wing. Wings are two, left wing, right hand, left hand. Those are his power, political power, and social power. First, let's talk about his left hand, his social power to gather the children of Israel. He will summon all my people. He will gather my people who have been humiliated, despised by the ungodly Philistines and those Gentiles, Caucasians who have tied themselves to white supremacy and have oppressed my children in America, Egypt, Babylon, Asia, Assyria. Recompense them on their head. I will burn with fire. Hear me now? I'm on the right hand. I will burn with fire those who have mocked them. You know what? Those who have despised them. You know what? Those who have taken advantage of them, you know what? Those who have given them bad food to eat, you know what? Those who have robbed them of the land, you know what? Those who have passed unjust law against them, you know what? Those who have prevented them from becoming a nation, burning down their Oklahoma, yes, and those who gave them, why, Jesus, recompense on their head. Fire shall be upon them, I say. Fire for those who have mocked my chosen people, and for those who have ruled over them in this age, same fire is coming for you. Cosmic fire and the other fire. I'll let you know that one beforehand. Nuclear fire is going to be unleashed upon America in World War III, upon America's soil. That's what's waiting for you on the right hand. All those who have afflicted the children of Israel and think it's time for vacation now. Time to go on that trip, all expense paid trip to Cancun and enjoy themselves while the children of Israel stay plundered. That can happen. That can happen. That will not happen. I am here to tell you, I will deliver those who have been covered with mockery. I will deliver them. We're back to the left hand again. He shall gather them, the Son of Righteousness. The Prince will gather them and relieve them of their mockery, relieve them of their despise, relieve them of their reproach, as everyone has had them under. Over them that scorn will be taken. Over them that scorn will be taken away. No more scorn for the children of Israel in America. The people of color, black, Negro, whatever you want to put to it. Those are my chosen people that you have put to mockery and you have put to scorn. No more when the Son of Righteousness is released upon you. Left hand and right hand, left wing and right wing. And for those who have heard the name of the Lord, those Melchizedek, Yehovah, and have laughed, and have ridiculed, and have mocked the name, whether you know or you not know, but now you know. That won't go unpunished. It will not go unpunished. Those who have covered my name with mockery and scorn, in the coming age, you shall be subjected to that scorn and that mockery that you have put upon the Lord's name. To answer the questions, those who have punished the children of Israel over their 400-year affliction, that nation shall not get away with it. The people who were doing it shall not get away with it. Those who have gained from it shall not get away. Those who were conglomerate in Psalms 83, they shall not get away. None of them can get away from this, because the 10 plagues will make sure they don't get away from it. Apocalypse of Abraham 30, verse 4. The pain, that's the first one coming. The pain of great distress, which has already started. The second one. Conflagration of many cities. You want to know what conflagration is? On the right-hand side, for your convenience, it's there. Fire as was promised unto you. Fire as was promised unto you. But it's not a normal fire. Not the one from your stove that you're cooking your food with. No, not that one. This is a large, disastrous fire. Two things can bring that large, disastrous fire. The first one, nuclear atomic weapon being unleashed on earth, which is America. Babylon, which is America. Syria, which is America. Egypt, which is America. Asia, which is America. And the second one, when the red Kachina, the spoiler, the destroyer, has been unleashed, the red dragon tail has talked to you by Mother Shipton, also will be released on America. Two fires, but we're not done yet with conflagration. War is coming as well. War, that's also a conflagration. War, civil war coming, civil war coming, civil war is coming. Let's jump to the third destruction, pestilence of animals. That's where the crop is going to be destroyed. All the food shall be gone, bringing in the fourth plague. Hunger in America, hunger in the entire world, because no more of that bad food that you've been giving. First, the children of Israel, then the rest of the world, unsuspecting that you are using the food to keep them suppressed, under bondage and oppressed, and to rule over them. Hunger, all that food is gone. You better start eating vegetables. You better start eating fruit, because all your meat shall be gone at that time. The fifth one, destruction among the rulers. They're fighting among themselves. Civil war at your door. Civil war at your door in America. This book is talking about America. When you see the world, it's talking about the world. Everything else, it's concentrating on America. Rulers gonna be fighting against one another. They shall hate one another. They shall fight against one another. I shall set the seed of Cain, the seed of Benelli, the seed of Lucifer, the seed of the fallen angels, one against another to fight and destroy each other in the end of time. That is coming their way. Destruction by the sword. Civil war. Jumping to the ninth plague. Punishment by the sword. Flight in distress. That is the world war. When Russia, China, and Iran come over here to bring the world war to America's doorstep, that's when you see punishment by sword. Confusion, they don't know what to do. So they're running around headless chicken when this war comes to the front door. It is told to you, my people, your Lord and the Most High, not holding any secret in these last days. You shall know about this cosmic fire. Apocalypse of Elijah 5. Apocalypse of Elijah 5. Cosmic fire! Can't say you weren't warned. Cosmic fire! Apocalypse of Elijah 5. Verse 22, it will come to pass on those day, which is the time we're in right now. The Lord will hear and command the heavens and move the destroyer from its usual path and send it upon America. Send it upon the entire planet to purge all the destruction the fallen ones have put upon this planet. Poison your air, poison your water, poison your food, releasing all kind of atomic energy on the planet, digging up oil, putting the earth in imbalance and doing all kind of things, radiating the planet with all kind of technology, saying you need 5G and you need 6G and all kind of G. None of that. When the fire shows up, I will send forth that fire to burn down all of that, so we can start. No, it will consume all the ungodly who have not put themselves in the plan of the Father and of the Lord. And it will consume all the fallen angels and everything they have set up with it, including their priesthood of Mahan. All of them shall be tried and found guilty. Guilty, they shall be found guilty. A true judgment will have occurred. That's the judgment that's waiting. So if you want to stay on the wicked side of the field, if you want to stay on the sinner side of the field, if you want to stay on the ungodly side, if you want to stay on the plan of Lucifer, if you want to stay on the plan of Ahab, the plan of America, then this is what's coming for you. That cosmic fire will not miss you. I am the Lord when I have set fire to America. The same cosmic fire I'm telling you about. The fire, the literal one. And the war to destroy their 5 evil laws that they set up to replace my righteous 5 divine law, and using those evil 5 laws to control the children of Israel, the righteous seed. I am the Lord when I have set a fire in Egypt, fire and war, fire and sword, the conflagration reaching Egypt. And when all her helpers, all her 5 evil laws shall be destroyed. Terra nullius upon your head. The land is going back to the rightful owners, the children of the Most High, the children of the Lord, who are here in his Garden of Eden, waiting for that cleansing of the land of all its impurity. Manifest destiny brought to an end. Obadiah 1 verse 15. For the day of the Lord is near upon the heathen. It is right now. It's coming to you without any delay. It's upon the heathen. And you, as you have done, it shall be done unto you. You hear me? As you have done to the children of Israel, it shall be done unto you. Conflagration shall be done unto you. It shall be done unto you. Your reward shall be upon your own head. Recompensation upon your own head. Recompensation upon your own head. The judgment of that nation will I judge. That nation will I judge. The judgment is upon that nation of Esau, aka Eagle, against what he has done to his younger brother Jacob, who is of the children of Israel. We'll cover that in the next message. Stand strong, O children of Israel. Stand strong, O children of Jacob. Stand strong, O children of Judah. Stand strong, O children of Ephraim. Stand strong, my Gentiles. Stand strong, my Caucasians, who have tied themselves to the righteousness of the Lord and of the Most High. In the name of the Most High, Allah, Yah, Yod-Heh-Vah-Weh, Elohim, God in her modern day name, Netta of Netta, and in the Lord Thoth, Melchizedek, Jehovah, who have sent back the Spirit of truth, Prince Louis, aka Michael, aka Elijah, to make sure we get back our left hand and our right hand to move us forward into the kingdom that's waiting for the children of Israel. Praise to you, oh my Lord, Thoth, Melchizedek, Jehovah, forever and forever and forever.